friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made this top. It's a very simple summer top. It's basically a t-shirt. It has no stretch, no zippers, no elastics, no buttons, no nothing. It's a very simple garment. I needed a new shirt for summer and I'm upcycling it from a dress. So if you're interested in learning how to make a shirt, or if you're interested in just watching me figure out how to make a shirt, that's probably more accurate, then keep watching. Alright, so I don't have a lot of space. Okay, so today I am feeling inspired to sew and I don't know where to start. I made this baby dress last week and I love it. I think it's so cute. If you want the tutorial for that, check that out up here. I will link that. But what I want to do today is something for me. And I have this dress that I love. I have it in my size and then I have it in a size up, but the size up is really big and I find myself not choosing to wear it. So I think I'm going to disassemble it and reassemble it with a couple of changes. All right, so before we jump in to actually making this shirt, let me tell you all the stuff you're gonna need. A sewing machine if you want this to be quick, and I'll be using an iron, pins, thread that matches, a measuring tape, that's pretty much it, and a pencil or a pen, and scissors. I think that's it now. So gather your supplies and let's jump in. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button. I sewed for multiple days and made many mistakes, and so I think that's worth a like. So I think what I'll do is I'll put these two together and then fold them so that we can kind of be working in the half instead of having to look at it like a whole garment. Okay, so now I need my waist measurement and my chest so that I know to make it nice and wide. This has no shaping. Okay. So, what did I say my chest was? That you want it to be the same width as the widest part. So it's 40-ish, 39, round it up. So that would be 1/2, and then this would be half of a half. Draw a line. So this is basically my minimum waist. I want to go wider than that. Okay, and then how much room do I want for my arm? At least that much. So if that's the top of the shoulder, then this would be the armpit. Cool. That's good so far. And then we need a neckline. I feel more confident about this at least than how I did with the other thing. So let's just jump right in. Okay, so that is our shape. A nice, simple t-shirt shape. And now I'm going to pin it up so that I can try it on. The audio is mumbled, the mic is right here, but here's the shape of the super basic t-shirt and I really like it. I'm just gonna lower the neck a little in the front and then we'll be good to go. All right, so after having a second think about it, I've decided I want to make the front of the t-shirt a little bit thicker. Like they want to make the fabric a little thicker so that I'm not required to wear a bra when I'm wearing it. And to do that, I'm going to just add some patches on the front. I'm going to stitch on some patches of the same fabric with the same, where'd my scissors go? With the same thread, and it'll just thicken it up a bit. And then from there, we can sew the shirt, together, but that'll just thicken this sort of section. But first, I'm also going to lower the neckline just a smidge. All right, so after I've taken all of the edge off, it looks frayed like this. Now, I'm just going to line it up anywhere. I don't think it matters because I'm making it up as I go. And then I'm going to just stitch it onto the shirt. And I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be cool. All right, so after all that, it looks like this. I'm just adding a patch. And it thickens up the fabric in that area. So if I do a few of them on the whole shirt, it'll kind of create the illusion of it being a thicker fabric. So I'm gonna take the next few minutes to clean up these pieces so that they are frayed on the edge, and then we can sew them all on and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so I've frayed all of the edges of the sleeves and the bottom hem. Now I'm going to sew together the shoulders and the Actually, I'll just do the shoulders first and then I'll iron it and come back. Okay, I decided to put the seams on the outside because then I can have like a frayed edge that's visible, but I'm gonna top stitch these down fairly close to the actual center seam. Okay, it's day 2 now, and the shirt is looking cool, but it's too wide of a neckline. I just tried it on, and I want the neckline to come in a little bit, so the way that I'm gonna do that, yeah, you like talking with me? The way I'm gonna do that is by adding, I think adding a dart or a pleat or something like that to the back. Like I'll just kind of reduce the amount of fabric, pin it, sew a line, and then cut the excess. And I think that should make it fit the way that I want. So I'm gonna do that, but first I'm gonna try it on the way I think and I'm gonna pin it. So now that I've done a dart in the back, or not a dart, but I'm going to take a triangular piece out of the back. The neckline sits at the height that I want. It's a little loose, but I think that's okay because it's kind of supposed to be like a boxy t-shirt. The sleeve length is good. I want to do a side seam that is not the whole way down. Like I want it to be partially open, but I think it looks the way that I want. So now the next step is going to be sewing in that neckline dart thing and then doing the underarm and side seams. So that's what I'm gonna do next. I don't think it could be better. I think it's pretty much a perfect fit now, which means now we can finally close up the side seams. I'm not closing them all the way down to the bottom. I'm gonna leave, I don't know, an equal distance from the armpit down, unsewn. Cool, let's sew. Okay, so I've sewn up the side seams and the arm seams with the French seam. So now this will be the inside of the shirt. Nice finished seam, and then on the outside, it'll just look like a regular closed seam. If you'll remember, I did not sew all the way down on the bottom side of the waist side seam. So I'm going to pull a bunch of threads now to create some, I think I want to do braids. I think I want to do some braids with some of these strings. So I'm just going to pull them to make the edge frayed like everything else on this project, and then I can braid it, I think. I think it's gonna look cool. No, thank you. So I'm basically pulling the amount of threads to line it up with the French seam. I think that will do it. See, so the French seam will just like continue into that frayed edge. And I'll do that on the other side as well. After I've pulled all the threads, that's what I'm left with. And then I want to do I want 2 braids and then like a bow maybe? That could be cool. Let's try 2 braids that I tie into a bow. The 2 braids might be too small. Maybe not. Let's just keep trying. Okay, so I've got the 2 little braids that I just braided, and those braids are made up of the frayed edges from the side seam. There's the little braids, and now I'm thinking I'll tie them into a little bow, if there's enough. Option number 1, little bow. So there's option 1. Now I'm gonna do something different on the other side, and you can tell me which one you prefer. Number 2, just a single braid down the middle. Looking at it, I think it's pretty obvious this is cuter. So I'm going to go ahead and undo that other braid and redo the little bow on that side. It's finished, and I love it. Oh, look at how it's all thick in the front because of the double layers, and then it's got the dart detail in the back. My seams are covered and fully finished on both sides, and then we have that little bow detail. The sleeves have a lovely detail, so that fraying won't continue. It'll just stop right there. Same with the neckline, I did the same thing so that it won't continue fraying. Now let me just try and style this and get some outro shots. Pretend there's no mess out here. I was harvesting and preparing clay to be made into pots. So that's why there's this big bucket here. Just pretend it's not there, and instead, look at me! Ta-da! What do you think? Cute. I think there's beetles eating this hollyhock. We'll go inside for the aftershot talk because the air conditioner is so loud, but so it may have taken 3 days, but it's finished. This top is going to probably be my favorite top for summer. The sleeve length is perfect. I hate putting tons of sunscreen on, but I know I have to, so having garments that cover more of my skin is generally an ideal thing. This is so comfortable. It's 100% cotton, so it's really soft and breathable. The frayed edge, I think it looks gorgeous. I think it's such a good idea. Such a fun little change. This will be part of my closet for many years to come, no doubt. And it was pretty easy. Anyway, you saw the video. So thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If this inspired you to try and make some garments out of your old clothes, or to maybe just use some scrap fabric to try and put something together like this. If not, then I hope you enjoyed. Anyways, friends, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button. I sewed for multiple days and made many mistakes, and so I think that's worth a like. Also, it's so hot this week. It's worth a like because I turned my air conditioning off for a minute so that we would be able to talk. So I believe that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!